Hi, I'm Ron Martin, here with your latest Shipley Energy Market Rundown. We're joined today by Will Muller, the Senior Business Development Manager here at Shipley. Hi, Will.
Hey, Ron.
Let's start with propane. Tell me about propane and why prices have been relatively consistent in comparison to diesel and heating oil.
Sure. So the theme of 2022 was volatility, unpredictability, supply, demand, and weather. And propane, through all of that, remained very consistent. And two things that really kind of bubbled up through that whole thing. One is our 5-year average we're right around that for propane, which means there's a lot of inventory in market. And right now, we're having warmer than normal weather across the country, so that has decreased demand for propane.
Makes sense. All right. Well, let's talk about petroleum. How did January compare to the end of 2022 in terms of volatility?
Sure. So we experienced the same volatility and rockiness that December did, in the sense that it actually almost mirrored each other as far as how we experience these things. A couple different things to think about as far as present and outlook for the remainder of this year. China reopened their economy after strict COVID lockdowns, and once they get into full swing, we'll actually be seeing a lot of product that was originally in market go back to them, which we could see an increase in pricing that way. This past Sunday, on February 5th, there is going to be a Russian ban, a ban of Russian oil refined products in the European Union. So again, that'll contribute to the overall price and stability impact of the oil markets. A warm January has also decreased demand for products across all petroleum products. And then the EIA is projecting that there's an increase in global demand, which could negate some of the weakness in distillate demand due to a global recession.
A lot of us are just getting our midwinter natural gas bills. Let's move to natural gas. Why are we seeing the NYMEX trade so low?
So natural gas, we saw a huge tank. So a lot of what we were talking about.
Not on my bill.
No, not on your bill. But so actually, utilities have a lag in their price options. So as far as customers are concerned, for the future markets, we actually saw this past week the lowest trade of the NYMEX since June of 2021, which is incredible when we were seeing the trade happening at $9, $10, $11 for just the raw gas product. The warm weather is the largest contributing factor of that, which has decreased demand in the overall market, being that we are in wintertime. Usually there's a lot of product being taken off the market for that. In 2022, we had spoken about the really record high temperatures, which increased the demand on the electricity grid. So a lot of electricity generation is created by natural gas. So that, in tune with the supply concerns for the wintertime, we anticipated a supply shortage, and which has contributed to that really crazy volatility. It flipped, and here we are. So another thing to consider was the Freeport LNG plant, which is something that our team has been talking about quite often for recent time. It's still offline, and that facility produces 2 billion cubic feet of natural gas per day. When that does come back online, which we're assuming is going to be in the next couple of weeks, that will take that gas off market, which could contribute to a price spike.
Now, Will, what happened to electricity in January, and why did it happen?
Similarly to natural gas, there was another dip. We're about 37% down from over December's numbers. But we do feel that both for natural gas and electricity, it's a very temporary reprieve. Again, the warm weather, the Freeport LNG facility, and then the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict has drawn these levels down due to the warmer weather. What we're suggesting for our customers, if you're unhedged for the remainder of 2023, is lock in for the short term, cover yourself for the remainder of the year, and then let's look at strategies for 2024 and beyond. One of the things that we suggested earlier on, a few months prior, was to entertain a gap strategy, which basically locked a portion of your energy in and then wait until the remainder of the winter. And the customers who did that did very well, and we're suggesting that again to our customers to consider some different options versus just your fixed rate.
And hope for spring to arrive.
Yes, I agree.
Will Muller, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Ron.
And that's this month's Shipley Energy Market Rundown. We'll see you next month.